Hey everyone, it's Wendy with Fab Crafts and More, and I've had several questions from people about how to find SVG files for Cricut Design Space, how to download them and load them into Design Space. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So I am going to start out going to one of my favorite sites for SVG files, and that is designbundles.net. They always have great bundles for really great prices, and I'm going to go ahead and this bundle, depending on when you watch this video, this bundle may have expired by then. On today's date, there's still 25 days left for you to get it, but if this one is gone, they will have another fantastic bundle. And you can always search up here at the top for individual files. All right, so I have already purchased this bundle, and let's just go ahead and take a look really quick at what is included. This bundle includes a bunch of different fonts. It includes unicorn images. It includes instruction images if you're selling your decals or t-shirts and mugs. It has some care instructions. In this particular bundle, there are files for the faux leather earrings, which are really cool. There are the birthday boards. This one has a file for the first day of school and last day of school. There's lots of fun things for water bottles and birth stats. This is all included in one bundle. Anyways, I love this site. They always have great stuff. So I've already purchased this bundle, okay? So I'm going to go to my purchases, and this is where it shows everything I have purchased, okay? So I have downloaded free files, so I believe that this particular font was a free font. Weekly, they have free things that you can download, like fonts or images, but I did purchase this Love to Craft bundle. So usually when you go to different sites, whether it be Etsy or designbundles.net or the Love SVG, which has lots of free, we'll go there too, and to download free ones. But you just click on download files, and because this bundle has fonts in both the OTF and TTF versions, it's giving you two different zip files for each of those, and then it's giving you a zipped file for the designs. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the link. Now I use a Mac computer, so if you are running a Windows PC, the way you download things might look a little bit different, but this is already set up for me to download these files and save them in a folder. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. I'm going to click Save, and it's already done that for me. One of the things that you need to do when you download these folders is that they usually come in a zipped folder format. So on a Mac computer, unzipping files is super easy. It's just built into the operating system. I believe on a Windows platform, you do have to have an unzipping program. One of them is called WinZip, and I think you get a free trial. I know that WinZip has been around forever. I had a PC before I had a Mac, and WinZip is what I used. So I think it's only about it's $29.95 to download this and use it on your computer once you've met the trial period time. I'll post a link down below, but I highly recommend just buying this and having it, especially if you plan to use your Cricut a lot and you are downloading files from websites for the SVGs, because they're almost always going to come in a zipped file, and $30 is not very much money. You will get your money's worth out of it, and it just will save you the hassle of trying to find, a new free program to try and unzip them. So however you need to unzip your files, that's what you need to do before the files are available. I'm going to go ahead and click on the SVG files, and I'm going to navigate to where I keep these. Okay, so I'm going to click Save here, and it's downloading now. Now I'm using the Firefox browser on a Mac computer, and it is showing me right here that it is downloading. And this is a fairly large file. It's 790 megabytes because all of those, we just scrolled through almost all of those files that are included. So there's a lot included, and it's only, I think, $24 for all of those files. That's an awesome deal. And once it is done downloading, I'm going to go to the file where I keep it. Okay, it is fully downloaded, and here it is. This is where I have saved it to, and this is the zipped file. On a Mac computer, you just double click on the little zipped file and it automatically unzips it and extracts the files. And then you'll see the files pop up. And here it goes. So it unzipped this folder. This is the Love to Craft Designs bundle. And here it's got all the folders from the files that were included in that bundle. So what you will see here is, for the most part, on the credible sites where you can download these, they give you several different formats. So these files come in JPEG, they come in, oh, these ones actually come in a PDF, which is interesting, the PNG format, and the SVG. Now, for Cricut Design Space, the best file to use is the SVG file. You can use the JPEG file and you can use the PNG file, but when you load them up, it's going to ask you to clean them up. The SVG files, if they are created correctly, will not need to be cleaned up, and they will already be in the separate layers. So most of these in this bundle are all black and white, and we'll go and we'll open up another colored one that has the colored layers. But so from here, once you've unzipped your file, you can take a look and see what they look like. A lot of the times they will have the same image that showed where you purchased it. You know, it'll show that like advertisement image as to what's included. And then, oh, this also comes with the Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator file. So you won't use that unless you use Adobe Illustrator. So let's go ahead and go to Cricut Design Space. So we've found the files that we want, we've purchased them, we've downloaded them, and we have unzipped the files. So now what we get to do is come to the Design Space canvas and come down here to upload. Now this particular bundle has hundreds of images. You can only upload one image at a time, okay? So you kind of have to filter through your files and find what you want, see where it's located, and then you can navigate to those files from the browse option. And I'm going to go to where these are loaded to, and let's see, I get to choose from here what I want to use. So let's choose this wreath, okay? This, you can do so much with these wreaths, and we'll open that, and you can see here it's showing there's no background that we have to clean up. It's an SVG, so Design Space is going to just automatically upload it to be used on the canvas. Now, the image name that the creator of the file named it will pop up here. You can change that to anything you want. I don't really think I need all these extra little letters, so I'm going to go ahead and change that, and we'll just leave it at Wreath 2. Design Space asks you to add tag words or keywords because Design Space has a search option. So if you want your images that you upload to show up in the searches when you're searching for images in Design Space, this is where you can add words that you would search for to find it. So I'm going to go ahead and add wreath. I'm also going to add monogram because I could see me wanting to use this wreath around some monogram letters. So you could also type in leaves because there's leaves on it. So maybe you're working on a project and you are looking for any images that you've uploaded or images in Cricut that have leaves on them. So I'm just going to use those 3 keywords. You can type in whatever you want. You can name it what you want, and you can type in any tags. So now I'm going to go ahead and press save. Because it's an SVG, it bypasses the cleanup page. All right, and then here it shows up right here in recently uploaded images. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that and highlight. It highlights with the green box. I'm going to go over here to the right and click Insert Images. Okay, so now that I have this wreath loaded into Design Space, I'm ready to add whatever I want to. So I'm going to go ahead and add some text to it. And I'm going to start out, I'm going to kind of create my own little monogram. It's not going to be the nice curvy ones that you can find sometimes, but I'm going to do, I'm going to use Magnolia Sky, which is a font that I downloaded from dafont.com and is a really popular one right now. So I'm going to go ahead, and it's kind of swoopy, and I think it'll look really nice in here. And so I'm just going to kind of manipulate it a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and click text again. And the order for letters when you are doing a monogram is you are supposed to do your first initial to the left as the first one. Your last name is the large initial in the middle, and then the next initial on the right side is your middle initial. Those are the rules of the monogram. And there we have that. So let's go ahead and go to lovesgv.com. This is a great resource for a lot of free SVG files, okay? And the home page brings you to the latest SVGs that they have. You just kind of start browsing and scrolling. They do have a search, so let's search for dog and let's see what comes up. Just going to search for dog. I'm not going to select a category or the archive, and it pulls up a whole bunch of cute little files. I kind of like these guys. So you just click on the image that you like. It's going to take you to the download page. It gives you descriptions of the files, what file types are included, and on this particular website, they make it nice and clear here as to what format of files are included. So they have the SVG, which is the best one for Cricut. DXF is something completely different. If you're a graphic designer, you'll know where to use it. EPS is the Adobe Illustrator file, and PNG is also a file type that we can use in Design Space, but it's one that when you bring it in, you might have to clean it up. It's supposed to have a transparent background, but it doesn't always, and it will be one layer. You can use it for print and cut, but it won't have its own layers in all the different colors. So then it also tells you that these images are for personal use only. They cannot be resold, modified, or used commercially without buying the commercial license. Okay, so that means you're not supposed to share them in groups. You're not supposed to create other scenes or other images and then sell those images as your own. Okay, these are for personal use only, unless you contact the people on the website and get the commercial license. So yes, here they're also saying that if you want to share them with other people, link directly to the page. Don't load up the SVG file into the files in a Facebook group or any other forums. So those are their rules. So follow the rules. The commercial license, you can click to purchase that. But what we're going to do is we're just going to use this for personal use, so I'm going to click download the zip file. So see, here we are again with the zip file. So I'm going to go ahead and click download the zip file. Again, it's going to bring this up just like it did before. On a Windows PC, it might be a little bit different. You just want to go and download them and save them where you know you can find them. I'm going to create a new folder here called Love SVG so I can keep them separated and I know where to find them. And up here in Firefox, it's telling me that it is downloaded. First, we need to go and find it because we need to unzip it. So you can see it's in the zipped form. On a Mac, you just double click and it unzips it automatically. It shows you the different file formats here. SVG is the best file format to use in Cricut Design Space because it's going to give you all of the different colored layers. At least it's supposed to if it's been created properly. Okay, so now that we have unzipped it, now we will go to our canvas, click upload. Let's go to upload image and we can drag and drop. So here is our folder and we want to use the SVG file. So we can just drag it right onto there. And there it is. There's no background to clean up. We can name it whatever we want to. So I'm going to go ahead and just name it Cute Dogs. Cute Dogs with Hats. And down in the tags, I'm going to do dog and cute animals. Okay. And then save. And it's going to save it into our uploaded images. Going to go ahead and click on that and insert images. And it's going to bring in all of those. There we go. So lots of cute little animals. I think they are cats and dogs. Is that a bunny? I don't know. Anyways, cats and dogs. If we look over here in our layers, you are going to see a ton of stuff. If you come over here and you start clicking on it, right now they're all grouped together. So if we want to move them around or change things on them, because it looks like with these files you can put the hats on whatever animals you want to because they're all in different layers. But in order to do that right now, we need to ungroup. So now that we've ungrouped, all of the elements can be moved around. So we can move them around. And it also looks like they have been grouped together in subgroups. So when I click on this little guy down here, it highlights or turns all the elements for her. You can see the difference in the layers over here. I've chosen her, and so all of her elements are in the darker gray color now. So when I start clicking on the eye over here, it will hide what that element is. Or when you click on it, it will show you what that element is. Now I can delete that element, or I can undo and add it back, or I can just hide it. But what I also can do is let's choose the hat. I've clicked on the layer over here, and now I can move that hat. Whoops. Oh, it's still grouped. So this little guy also has to be ungrouped. Now I can move all of her elements around. So I can click on the hat and I can move the hat over here to this dog. So this is actually a really fun one that has lots of things you can do with it. Okay. And also it looks like the hat is also grouped together. So I can ungroup the hat now, and now I can move the hearts around. The hearts are attached to each other, so I can ungroup those. This is a bit of a complicated file, even though it looks really simple, just because of all the things you can do with it. You can change, I could move these hearts, and I could probably, let's go find this little guy. We're going to ungroup him. Then we're going to click on the hat, and we're going to ungroup the hat. I'm going to click on the rose, and I can move that rose and then move the heart find the hat again, and now we can move the heart over onto the hat, but let's bring that forward, move the heart to the front. Anyways, this can get really crazy with all of these layers, but the cool thing about it is that all the layers are here, okay? So that was an SVG downloaded from a free site, downloaded, saved, unzipped, and uploaded into Design Space. So then once it's in Design Space, you can move it all around and have fun with it. With this many layers over here, it can get a little difficult, but if you start clicking on different parts, it will navigate you over here to the layers, which might help you find out where they are. You can modify this file as much as you want and have fun with it. But I hope that answers some questions on how to find files at a couple different spots. One was a for purchase site, one was a free site, and how to download them, navigate to find them, and load them up in Design Space. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment. Please subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and click the little bell to get notifications of when I post more videos or go live. Thanks a lot and have a great day.